In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to cook without oil. I got you. Let's do it. Woo! Hello my honeys, it's Emmie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program where you work with me as well as a mindset coach and a nutrition coach to lose weight on a plant-based diet. If you want to do that, go to healthyhunnies.org. Method number 1 is going to be to roast the vegetables on a pan with balsamic vinegar. Now, I know that you were brought up thinking that in order to roast vegetables, you had to use oil, but you can use balsamic vinegar instead. Now, I actually decided to use an onion for all the different cooking methods so that you could see how the methods will differ depending on doing, the same vegetable. So I'm going to take my onion and I'm going to chop it up. Oh man, I chose an onion. I'm going to be crying this entire video. All right, so I'm going to take the onion and just chop it up like such. Get that part off. Onions are tricky, man. And now what I'm gonna do, I would do the whole onion, but just for the sake of this video, so I'm not eating onions for the rest of the week, I'm just gonna do half of it. Now I'm going to take some balsamic vinegar, and you can use any balsamic vinegar that you have. This is just the one that I have. And this will work for any non-starchy vegetables. For starchy vegetables, you're actually going to want to steam them before you do this step. And all I'm going to do is take a baking sheet, and I'm just going to line it with the balsamic vinegar. And then I'm gonna take the onions and just lay them down onto the balsamic vinegar. And I actually use the onions to spread the balsamic vinegar across the whole pan. Now these are advertised as non-stick pans, but as we know, does non-stick really mean non-stick? So you gotta put your own liquid down there. So I'm just gonna take the onions and just lay them on the pan. And then I'm gonna put this into the oven. I'm gonna do 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So while that is happening, we're gonna move on to method number 2, which is one of the easiest methods and one of my favorite methods, which is this microwave steamer. This microwave steamer, I'm also going to have in the down bar. I got this on Amazon. It is one of the best purchases I've ever made. I use it every single day of my life and I've had it for years and it was under 20 bucks. So all you do is there's 3 pieces to it. This bottom piece, which you put water in, this piece that you put the vegetables in, and then there's a top piece that you put on top and you lock it into place. So I'm gonna start by filling up the bottom reservoir with water, all right? And then I'm going to add in my vegetables and we're gonna do onions because it's an onion day. Now, when you put the onions in the steamer, you're gonna want to separate them versus when I put the onions in on the baking sheet, I like them to be all lined up. Those were in the microwave for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so my camera just died, but guess what? While my camera died, I was able to cook everything, and I actually like this setup way better because now everything's cooked and I can show you what it looks like and talk through all of it. It's tremendous. So, starting out on the left here, as I was talking about with the roasted vegetables, as you can see here, when you put them onto the nonstick pan with the balsamic vinegar, it gives this nice caramelized taste, texture, and look to it. These are really attractive vegetables, if I do say myself. This works wonderfully well with onions. It works great with zucchini. It works really well with the non-starchy vegetables. With the vegetables that are a little bit more tough, you're going to want to steam them before you put them onto the pan. Now, I put them in the oven when I load up a pan with veggies like this. I only did a few this time, so it took a little bit less time. But when I load up the pan with veggies, they'll go in there for about 25 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then they're cooked through. If you are new to the no oil lifestyle, I'm probably going to recommend that you use this method, or if you are cooking for others, to use this method because it really is the most tasty. Now moving on to method number 2, which is the method that I use most often. If you are looking to lose weight, this is probably the best option for you to choose, and it is the method of steaming. You can steam any vegetables, starchy, non-starchy. I always get the question how long to steam for. That depends on the vegetable and how well you like your things steamed. I like my things so well steamed that it should be illegal. I like my Brussels sprouts to be so overcooked that it's an issue. I don't like them crispy. I like them over steamed. So I don't like them in the air fryer. I don't like them in the oven. I mean, I'll eat them. I don't like them crispy. I like them so cooked that they are just disintegrating into nothing. So I will put things into the steamer for like, I'm not even kidding, 20 minutes, but that's way too long for the normal person. They'd be like, this is so overcooked. It's like mush. I personally enjoy that. So these onions that you're looking at right now, those were in the microwave for about 5 to 10 minutes. I would say maybe 7 minutes they were in there, and then they became translucent. You can actually see they're starting to burn a bit. This is not the most attractive way to cook vegetables. So if you're cooking for other people or if you're new to the lifestyle, the steaming method is not the prettiest. For the sake of weight loss, it is the best method to have your vegetables, if you're not having them raw, is to have them steamed. So I personally love my microwave steamer. It's amazing. You can also use frozen vegetables in here too. So just pop them in here and pop them in the microwave. Now moving on to method number 3, which is the water saute. Now this is probably the toughest one for people to wrap their brains around. Sauteing without oil. How is that even humanly possible? It's absolutely possible. If you saw the video that I did with Healthy Mummy, she was talking about how she always keeps water near when she's sauteing her vegetables because you're gonna need to keep adding water. When you use oil to saute, you put a dab of oil in at the beginning and then you're good to go. But when you're water sauteing, you have to continuously pour in water. Now, vegetables do have water in them already. Look who's here.
Hey, Michael.
Looking fabulous.
Thanks.
You look like a real housewife of Boston. Look how fabulous Healthy Mummy is looking. She's got her purse, her Kate Spade bag.
Once a year I get to go out to civilization.
So anyway, yes, when it comes to water sauteing, you do have to continuously add water. You can't just add it at the beginning. The vegetables themselves do have water. So something that I like to do is put the vegetables on a hot skillet, put something over the skillet so that the water can drain out of the vegetables and can steam them a little bit before you get to sauteing. Onions are very easy because they're very high in water. I am using the Always pan. I don't love the Always pan. It hasn't done me well with the nonstick properties. I know that Healthy Mummy uses, what kind of pans do you use? All clad nonstick pans, and has had great success with them. But you can water saute. I mean, look at these onions. These look like they have been sauteed with oil. So this is fabulous. Mom, do you know what I feel like right now? When Heather Dubrow invites Noella over and she's shooting the infomercial. And then the fourth method that we are using is the air fryer. So the air fryer is great for potatoes, but I'm gonna be completely honest, that's probably the only thing that it's really good for. If you're just throwing vegetables in, let me show you what the onions are looking like. So as you can see with the onions that you see here, they're kind of burnt on the outsides, but they're still raw on the insides. Again, you can combat this by either using frozen vegetables or steaming the vegetables before they go into the air fryer. But this is sort of, you know, what you get when you air fry is that they might be crispy on the outside and not cooked on the inside. How long to air fry things for? Everything's different. I know that Chef AJ says that she does 400 degrees for 20 minutes for everything. The key here is to always check it after 10 minutes and shake it after 10 minutes, no matter what it is that you're air frying. I got my first air fryer when I was living in Australia and everything was in Celsius and I had no idea what I was cooking anything at, and it all turned out great. So it doesn't really matter what you cook everything at. I pretty much cook everything at the highest heat for about 20 minutes. Make sure that you shake it while you're cooking it, but know that it might not be the best method if you're not doing fries. If you're just doing plain vegetables, it might not be the tastiest. So the 4 methods that we have, and the bonus method that I wanted to tell you is to just eat the food raw. I think that a lot of times we overlook that we can eat these vegetables without cooking them if we wanted to. So method 1 is the oven roasted, 400 degrees, 20 minutes, 25 minutes with balsamic lining the sheet pan. I will link this sheet that I got on Amazon below. Steaming, this is also linked on Amazon. I put this in the microwave 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how steamed you like things. Water sauteing, not using oil, on a non-stick pan, and then using the air fryer. Let me know in the comments which method you use for cooking your vegetables. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Woo!